Hi, my name is Heather Annunziato, and I'm a board-certified behavior analyst with Brett Zinovian Associates. In this video, I'll be showing you clips again from the TV show Parenthood, and this is a clip of when Max is first receiving ABA services with his therapist. You see Mom also in the session with them, and how the therapist interacts with Max, and how the therapist also involves Mom and teaches Mom what to do and what not to do if Max displays certain behaviors. So I'll briefly be going over pairing, which is what the therapist is doing since this is her first time with Max, and going over very briefly a little bit of parent training as well.
The sun gazer lizard has spikes that cover its whole body, and lots of lizards can change colors.
That's very cool, Max. So, we've been doing what you want for 20 minutes. It's time to try one of my games.
No way.
Before going into any session in the home, I like to call the family. Usually I speak to the mother over the phone, and just to gain more information about the client, I like to learn what his or her interests are, what they usually like to work for, what motivates them, so that by the time I get to the home, I have this information, and maybe I have in my bag of tricks, if they really like Mickey or Disney or anything like that, I might have puzzles that go along with that. If they like SpongeBob or gummy bears or anything like that, I might have those already on me, so that might pair me even better and have the client see me as more of a reinforcer than a person that's there to simply just do work.
Okay. All right, Max, check this out.
Cool.
This is the deal, okay? Every minute you play one of these games, you get a sticker. I have a whole bunch of them in my bag here, all right? So you get up to 20 stickers, cash them in, you get the book. What do you say?
So whether or not you gain that preliminary information ahead of time, pairing is essentially building a rapport and gaining that relationship with your client that you want them to want you around them. They don't want you to come into their home and think, oh no, she's here, it's ready to do work and I can't play with anything. You want the learner to absolutely feel the opposite when you're around them. That you want to be essentially a big toy to them. You want to have them engaged in your session. You don't want them running away from you. You want them being able to listen to you for when you do place those demands. You've formed that instructional control with them so that they'll want to listen to you because they've paired you already with all the reinforcement that you have given them in the past.
The horned lizard can squirt blood from its eyes. The armadillo lizard can curl itself up into a tight ball to protect itself from attack. The sun gazer lizard has spikes that cover its whole body, and lots of lizards can change colors.
That's very cool, Max. So, we've been doing what you want for 20 minutes. It's time to try one of my games.
No way.
Hey, Max, be polite.
Max, you get to choose whichever one you want.
Oh, you know what? He doesn't like board games at all. We've tried.
When you make a deal, he has to hold up his end of the bargain.
So the video starts off with Gabby, the ABA therapist that is working with Max for the first time, and she seems to be really engaged in listening to what Max has to say about different lizards and different types of reptiles. Further in the video, he mentions his lizard named Guacamole that he has out probably playing with as well, and the mother's there observing the session as well. So as Max is continuing to discuss all these different types of reptiles, the timer goes off and Gabby says, okay, we've been doing what you want to do, which is talking about the reptiles for 20 minutes. Now let's play some of these board games that I brought. Which is fine, board games are still a fun activity to do, but maybe some individuals don't like board games and you don't want to have to force those types of activities on them, especially during the first session. Pairing is essentially client-led. You want them to show you their world and what they like and what motivates them so you can use that in the future. If you start telling them, okay, I want to play a board game, let's play this board game, and they don't like board games, then that's not really necessarily pairing you with something good. That's a demand.
Check this out.
Cool.
This is the deal, okay? Every minute you play one of these games, you get a sticker. I have a whole bunch of them in my bag here, all right? So you get up to 20 stickers, cash them in, you get the book. What do you say?
How about I get the book first, then we play the game?
I know how you feel, because you know what? I used to always want my dessert before my dinner, and it always turned out I had to have my veggies first.
So there's two things that the clip did not show us, and that's Max making the deal with Gabby, the therapist, that he was allowed to do with what he wanted to do for the first 20 minutes, which was discuss the different types of lizards. And then after the 20 minutes is over, then Gabby's allowed to introduce him to something new, like the board games. And another thing that we didn't see is that when Max displays that non-compliant behavior, that he doesn't want to play the board games with Gabby, she shows him a book about lizards. So maybe Gabby already had this book about lizards on her, but most likely she already discussed with Mom ahead of time that Max is really interested in learning about lizards and reptiles. Maybe that's something you could incorporate in your sessions. So Gabby shows Max the book about lizards that really caught his attention. So she told him, we're going to play these board games and I'm going to give you a sticker. And for every sticker that you earn for 20 minutes, so you need to earn 20 stickers, then I'll give you this new lizard book. So that really caught Max's attention, and that made him more motivated to work with Gabby. So Max kind of bargains with Gabby, saying that he doesn't want to play the board games and he'd rather just read the book instead. So Gabby uses a first then statement, saying that first you need to play the board game and you'll earn these stickers, and then you'll get the book about the different kinds of lizards. So Gabby continues to see if Max will agree to that deal, and he displays a little bit non-compliant behavior, and then the mother interrupts the session, saying that, okay, once he starts acting like this, then all bets are off and he's going to have maybe a tantrum.
Forget it then.
Max, honey, you know what? Why don't we go get a cookie?
That
Get a
might-
cookie?
No
sure.
cookies. You gotta stick with the plan. You gotta be...
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Max, no cookie today. The reward is the book.
I want the book.
So we're gonna have to play a game.
No, I want the
All right,
book.
You know
Well,
when
here's
he
the
has
deal.
that tone, all bets are off. He's gonna lose it. He's gonna lose it.
Listen, Max, nothing here is gonna change unless you put Guacamole back in the cage.
So Gabby tells the mom, once you stick to a plan, you have to stick with it and continue. So essentially Gabby's telling the mom you need to follow through. Once you place a demand or you make a deal with the child, you have to follow through with what you're promising them. It's really important to incorporate parents and have them be involved as much as possible during your sessions so that they're able to observe, and possibly the therapist is able to model certain strategies that the parents are concerned about, and then the therapist will be able to give feedback to them. If the parents are able to see what the therapist does, then it's more likely that that behavior is going to generalize, and the parents are going to be able to do it as well when the therapist is not present.
Thanks for watching what we're doing in Hacking Human Behavior. And if you like what we're doing, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button and the subscribe button so you can get more behavior analytic content.